Hello. Um, One night I've thought that it would be awesome to create some modular service system that which would allow to change the modules on business modules on the application on the go. So I came up with some framework which allows to load jar files, load and unload jar files after they've been used. What I've done is a few interfaces. This interface is implemented by business services. It just contains response and request to should simply just recognize the service as a service for the framework. Other thing is accessor interface, so it's the main class that the framework would call when trying to get some response from the business service. It's just this requester interface is just simply interface for service requester enum, so it can request some service. So the framework heart is in this class. It's basically enums with dictated jar file locations and service accessor classes in those jars. So I made it as enum, so I guess it would be great thing to, in the big companies, great things to not allow any class to be applied for the client to use. So all the services needs to be confirmed and stuff like that. So basically what it does is just creates URL class loader, which loads the class from the jar file, which is loaded here. And basically what it does, it invokes accessor service, and that's it basically for the framework. For the business component, it would be much more simple to like develop them and maintain them. It basically has this enum class, which describes the subservices of this service. So one could be calculation of stuff, and another be like generation of HTML content. All the requests and response are done in the maps, so they can be mapped to some parameters, as you see here. So in the service subservice itself, you describe the parameters it uses. Those parameters, I think, would be documented somewhere when the business service is published or being used somewhere or something like that. So these kinds of stuff would come from documentation. Of course, the service interface would need like validation stuff, so framework could validate its requests before actually doing any logic. It's of course safer here also. So that's it. As you see, I've created two subservices which are pretty similar in each other. So I could test if all the instances are being loaded correctly, and I get what I need from those subservices. And for the client itself, it could be like anything: web service, application service or which runs some applications basically, which would require some business business in the business part, as we say. And what I've done there is, like, if I would be the application developer, I just read the business service documentation and see what I can get with the parameters from like subservice, and I just put those parameters in those in the map and asking for requests, like request this service business for some data for response. I need a response from the service, and response parameter also would be documented. I'm sorry, and I could get some object from here, like calculations or HTML content, as I mentioned before. Of course, oh shit. What I've done. Oh, okay. My fingers are too fat. Response 1, response 2, yes. And basically, if we just run the main class, and you see just this is the business component answering business component printing some stuff into the system out, and this is response of this parameter. Basically, the client as or the client or application just gets the response here. So the best part is, like, if I go to my business parameter and change something here, it would make like change and needs recompilation in the most of the cases. It would need application to be restarted also, but not with this framework. So what I just do, just assemble the jar again, which is here, and this jar is, as you saw, described in the framework. In the framework itself, and it's using it. So the jar is now changed, and I want again some data from the service. And as you saw, I didn't stop the main class here, and what main class does is just simply while loop, and yeah, my method names are awesome, and just waits for the input from my keyboard. And I press enter, and you say, and you see the business component is now changed, and I didn't even stop the application itself or the client or whatever. So that's it. Sorry for being such cryptic, almost speaking in haiku, but thanks and good luck.